Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm pretty much going to give you my complete Blackout beta feedback and my thoughts on the game. If you have not gotten to play it yet, I will tell you whether or not I think you should get this game. Before I get into it, I just want to give a sincere thank you and shout out to anybody who follows me over on Twitter and interacts with me there. You guys make every day so much more enjoyable because I could just blurt out some random thoughts about video games and start a conversation with you guys, and it's really just an amazing thing. In order to talk to you here on YouTube, I gotta sit down, make a video, I gotta edit, gotta render. It takes a long time, but over on Twitter we can just have a talk about anything pretty much anytime. So a huge shout out to everybody who follows me over there. If you don't, the link is down below. But I'm gonna start this off by saying that I think Blackout is going to be a pretty big hit. I don't know if it's gonna be a massive, huge mega hit like Fortnite is, but I have full faith that Blackout is going to be very popular on Twitch and on YouTube. And the reason that I think this is because Blackout offers a battle royale experience that you cannot get in any other game that is out right now. Fortnite, of course, is a third-person shooter. It's bright, it's colorful, it's kind of goofy, it's geared towards little kids. Even though plenty of adults play it, I play the game plenty, or at least I have played the game plenty. Fortnite's just got a very distinct look and feel to it, and it does not intersect at any point with Blackout with that look and feel. PUBG, on the other hand, the former Battle Royale king, which I have spent about 400 or 500 hours of my life playing, I've played plenty of PUBG, it used to be the #1 realistic military shooter BR, but after making hundreds of millions of dollars, the developers of that game just didn't know what to do with it, and they ended up failing and losing their spotlight. Now I think PUBG should be afraid because Blackout does everything right that PUBG has done wrong. Blackout in beta runs better than PUBG does in full release. One of the appeals of PUBG was that it had first-person mode. Now, it wasn't originally built for first-person mode. PUBG was a third-person shooter, but they did add in first-person later on. And I did have a little kick with playing first-person for a while, but I could just tell, like, you could just tell something's off when you play PUBG in first-person. It just doesn't feel right. And that's because the game just wasn't designed for that first-person perspective, but Blackout is designed for that perspective, so that's what really separates it and makes Blackout feel so much better than PUBG. I also think the vehicles in Blackout ran very smoothly, flawlessly. They weren't buggy, they didn't flip over, they didn't launch you across the map or explode at random like they do in PUBG, so that is a good thing. Overall, I really think that PUBG just should be really afraid of Blackout. I think it's really going to give it a run for its money, and it's going to take away a big chunk of that player base. Fortnite, on the other hand, I don't really think that they have to be afraid. They're probably going to lose a little bit of players and have some competition on Twitch, but I don't think it's going to be any major damage to Fortnite. I know some of you will be upset to hear that. But anyway, now that the comparison to the other two big games is out of the way, let's just talk about Blackout by itself. I gotta say, man, I'm really impressed of how good of a job they did. I was not expecting Blackout to be good. I was not expecting it to be successful. I was not expecting it to get such a positive reception. But as soon as I saw that first gameplay, I said to myself, wow, this looks really good. And I kind of remained skeptical all the way up until the point where I played it myself, and I said, wow, it feels good, it runs good, and people are enjoying it. I think the map is really fun. It's got all the iconic locations that you could ever want. Well, maybe not all of them. I could name a few more that I would add in, but who knows, you know? This is the thing with Blackout. I think that it's going to be evolving a lot over time, and I think they're going to add in new locations and take away the ones that don't work out too well. It's got to be just like multiplayer. If there's an imbalance, it has to be corrected, and that's what Fortnite's been doing all along, and I think that's one of the reasons that it's been so popular and so successful, because the developers listen to their community. So the Blackout map is great. I dropped firing range first game because, as you guys know, I'm a Black Ops 1 fanboy. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is my favorite game of all time, so I found it only fit to drop firing range for my very first game, and I was not disappointed. One of the things that I really like about Blackout that you can't do in any other BR game that I know of is that you can heal yourself while moving. I always found it so freaking annoying to have to stop and go hide to use a first aid kit or a med kit in Fortnite or PUBG. Blackout, you can do it while you're moving, while you're running, while you're swimming underwater. You don't have to stop what you're doing in order to heal, and that contributes to a better paced and faster paced gameplay. I also think they've done a much better job than Fortnite does on console with the looting system and the UI and how you manage your inventory, as far as switching weapon slots, changing attachments around, dropping ammo, and all that stuff. It's much more smooth in Blackout than it is in the other games, especially on a controller. Of course, I think that all BR games struggle with this somewhat on console. I think BR games are best played on PC because dragging and dropping with a mouse and keyboard is so much easier for inventory management, but for what it's worth, they did a great job on that on console. Now, they did get the player count up to 100 players. A lot of people were concerned about that. People thought, saw, oh, maybe it's going to be 50, 60 players. It started off with 80, then they upped it to 88, and on the very last day, they raised it to 100. And from what I've seen online so far, there's been no issues with the 100-player count. So that is a good thing. I was kind of afraid that Blackout would just get laughed right off the market if they couldn't hit that 100-player mark, because it's Battle Royale. It's 100 players, you know, it's gotta be 100. 80 is okay, but that 100 players, it's such a solid number to hit, you know, and it just sounds badass, 100 players. So I'm very glad that they were able to hit that. Other than that, man, those are my main things that I wanted to say about the game. I think the wingsuit diving is really, really cool. The vehicles are cool. Helicopters are super badass. Not being able to jump off of tall buildings in PUBG was so limiting, because you go and spend all this time looting this building, you finally get to the top, then you have to turn around and run back out. In Blackout, you could just jump off, so that helps the pace of the game. And really, I think everything that they do from here on out should just be to improve the pace of the game. Like when it was that fast collapse mode, I thought that was much better than the regular speed collapse mode. Again, the common problem with these Battle Royale games is that everything is super crazy and fast and intense in the first few minutes, and then it kind of dies off, and the mid game always suffers, and then things don't get heated up again until right at the end. So if they can fix that problem, then more power to them. So overall, guys, to wrap this up, definitely positive impressions of Blackout. I was very impressed. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and this is coming from someone who, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I didn't want this to be in Call of Duty. I was not a proponent of having Battle Royale. Well, I was wrong. They proved me wrong. They did a good job on it, and I'm glad that a lot of people are happy with it. However, with that being said, I do have to also say this. I don't know how much I'm really going to be playing this mode, and I'm just being honest with you guys. I am going to play it. I am going to stream it for you guys here on my channel, and there will be a good portion of Blackout content here on this channel. But I gotta be honest, man, that multiplayer beta was good. I really, really thought the Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta was very, very good, and I think it was better than Blackout, and I picture myself playing multiplayer a lot more than playing Blackout. If I had to take one of those modes to play forever, I would take the multiplayer, straight up. I think the reason for that is that I've just played too much Battle Royale in the past year. I really have. Between almost 500 hours on PUBG and probably just about 500 hours on Fortnite, I've just had enough of the genre. I need to take a break from it. It's time to go back to the fast-paced, action-packed multiplayer that Call of Duty is known for. Now again, just because I'm somewhat bored of the genre doesn't mean I'm never going to play Blackout. I'm definitely going to be playing it, but multiplayer will be my main mode that I play. And that's pretty much it, guys. Should you buy Call of Duty Black Ops 4 just for Blackout? I think if you like Fortnite, you're definitely going to like this game, and if you like PUBG, you're for sure going to like this game, because this game is just a better PUBG. That's really what it is. A lot of the big PUBG streamers pretty much said straight up that they're going to be switching right over to Blackout pretty much full time, so I think that pretty much speaks for yourself. But obviously, if you're not a fan of the Battle Royale genre, I don't think this is going to be the game that changes your mind, because it's not all that much different. It's still the same formula, it's still the same mechanics, it's just done in a much better way, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. Those are my thoughts. Let me know down below what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you play the Blackout beta, and what did you think of it? As usual, we will get a conversation going. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to this channel for more content, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, links down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.